Hey guys, it's Nina Soul with Spiritual Vibes. I'm coming to you guys today to talk about sage, also known as white sage, ceremonial sage, ritual sage. It's got a lot of names. So this is sage right here. This is the herb that I'm talking about today. This one is our small bundles. This one is about 4 inches, I believe. This is our small one. We have these ones up in our shop. You can find them in our shop. And here's the large bundles. These are the large bundles that we carry. Not to get confused, because there was a couple people that got confused. They thought that these smaller ones were the ones that are marked for $12. These ones are actually marked for $6. And then the big ones right here are the ones marked for $12. And you can tell it's a really big size difference. Um, okay, so the sage that I'm talking to you guys about today, what we use it for is doing cleansings. It's really good for removing negative energy and for banishing evil spirits. It's really good to use anytime that, like when you first move into a house, that you want to do a cleansings to remove any kind of footprints, we call them, when basically when there was a lot of stress or a lot of like negative things going on in that home and the family before moved out and then you guys move in, you want to make sure you get rid of all that stuff because you can feel it. Like you can feel the air will be really thick. A lot of times when you walk into a place that has a lot of negative energies, it'll be a little bit hard to breathe. And those negative energies can latch onto you as well. So it's always really good to do a cleansing anytime you're going to move into a new apartment, new house. Say there was a big argument with you and the family, you want to do a cleansing to remove any of that negative energy. Um, Pretty much I burn sage every day, so I burn it a lot. It's like my go-to herb for doing cleansings. Um, it's very powerful. So, other ways of using it, I know there's some people that can't burn it, and they've asked me, well, or they've told me, well, I would like to get it because I want the properties of it, but they'll have asthma or different things like that that they can't burn it because of the smoke, or even they're not allowed to burn stuff in their apartment, period. Or they want to be low key about it and not let everybody know what it is that they're doing because there's closed-minded people out there, as we all know. So what I usually recommend, like for a small bundle like this, you can get like a pot of water, like kind of like a soup pot, like a big pot. You would put that water on the stove, and then you would drop this bundle inside. I don't recommend untying it because it makes it easier to remove it after it's done boiling. So you would drop the whole bundle inside of the boiling water. If it was like the bigger stick like this, you would only need like about a third of it. So in this case, you are gonna need a strainer or something to remove the herb out of the water. So you would break this piece off, then you would drop it inside of the pot with the boiling water, and I always recommend that you'd fill that pot of water out like almost all the way up to the top. Let that water boil down halfway. So once it gets about like right here, then you would turn the stove off and let that water just cool by itself. Let it cool. Once it cools down and it's okay to touch and everything like that, you can remove the herb out of the water, and then after that you have a decoction. So you can what you can do with that water that's left behind is you can put it into a spray bottle and you can go around your home and spray it around your home. It does the same thing. So that's like the no smoking, like the non-smoking method, or however you want to say it. It's basically you're getting the properties of the herb without having to burn the herb. That's another way of doing it. And what I recommend too, if you want to do a cleansing on yourself, say you've been having like a lot of kind of bad luck, things like that happening to you, and you kind of feel like you have negative energy latching onto you. What you could do, and even like before performing a ritual or a spell work or anything like that, if you want to do a cleansing to yourself, I always highly recommend it. So you could pour some of that water into the bathtub, and just kind of bathe yourself from head to toe, let the water fall down. And once you're done with your bath, don't dry yourself with a towel, let yourself air dry. If you don't have a bathtub, some people just have showers. So what you could do is bring some of that water into the shower with you, and after you're done taking your shower, like your normal shower, what you could do is pour that water over your head and just let the water just drip down. And as it goes down the drain, just picture all the negative energy just leaving you, going down into the drain, and you know, being taken away from you. Just picture that, and then that would be how you would do a cleansing with sage, without using the smoke or anything. Some people prefer to use the smoke, but you don't have to. So in another video, I'll be showing how to do like a cleansing using the smoke. I'm gonna need like a second person, so I'll probably have you know, one of my boys with me, and like I'll do a cleansing on them, and I'll show you everybody how to do a cleansing on other people. So with burning the sage, when you're burning it and you're doing a cleansing to your home, the way that I do it, not saying that this is the right way or anything like that, this is just how I do it, how I personally prefer to do it. Not, you know, everyone has their own way of doing things. But so what I would do is I would usually put, I have a shell, I think it's right here, right there. Yeah, I'll just grab it then. So I have a whole bunch of stuff in here because sometimes I burn Palo Santo or other herbs. So okay, I have a shell, and I'll just use this here. This is my shell that I use for doing my cleansings. So I would grab my sage. You always want to use the leafy part, like right here. You see the leafy part? And then at the other end, you'll see like the stems. Alright, so you'd want to use the leafy part. And when you put the sage in your shell, you would set it like that with the leafy part. Then you would use your lighter or a candle. It's always really good to use, like if you have a white candle already on hand and you have it lit, just have the sage over the white candle. I say white because white is for purification. It's also like for bringing positive energy, which is what you're wanting to do. So you would hold this over the candle and light it. It would start the flame right here. It's not gonna, some people think it's, the whole thing is gonna burn really fast, which it won't. Like, I know it's a dry herb, but it actually doesn't burn as fast as what you would think. So you would light it at the tip, and then you would put it in your bowl or your ashtray or your cauldron, whatever it is that you want to use. And as you walk around the house, you could use a feather, you could use your hand, you could use a fan, you could use anything that you have on hand or that you would like to use, or if you have any special like a ritual fan or anything like that, I'll show you one. This right here is a ritual fan that I had made. Not sure if you're gonna really be able to see too good because the lighting's not too good, but these, I put turkey feathers up here, so these are all turkey feathers. And then there's this quartz crystal point right here, and it's wrapped in copper. Copper is a really good amplifier. So I'll talk more about this later on, but I don't want to make the video about the fan. So what you would do is you would just kind of go around your house, and you would just use the fan to push the smoke, or the feather, or whatever it is that you want to use. Always push the smoke away from you. Never like I've seen some people like, oh, you know, like this. You don't want to do that. You want to push the smoke away from you. You don't want to bring it towards you because you want that negative energy to leave. So that's what you would do. You would just fan it away from you. Do all the rooms in the house, closets, bathrooms, every room that's in the house. Even if you have a basement, do your basement as well. I usually say keep all of your windows and everything shut until you're done doing your cleansing, and then you can go ahead and open the windows to release everything. So that's just kind of how I do it. And then afterwards, after doing a cleansing on your home, you of course want to do a cleansing on yourself to remove any negative energy from yourself. And that's about it. That's all I can really think of right now. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to go ahead and comment. Please like my video if you liked it. Any other future videos that you guys would like me to do, feel free to throw ideas out there to me. I definitely appreciate them. You guys can check us out at Spiritual Vibes 13 on Facebook. That is Spiritual Vibes 13. That's on Facebook. Our website is www.thespiritualvibes.com, and I'll leave all the information in the box below. So, all right, well, have a good day and blessed be.